It was tough, man. It was tough. Now you're my weight class above me.
Still with that. Yo, your athleticism.
The what?
Your athleticism. Like how athletic you going out, agile and everything. Because he came in and used to like,
shit.
you know what I mean? It's like, oh.
I think from doing my own fight, I don't think I did as good as what everybody's saying. But like I said, I have yet to see the fight, so I can't really think.
Well, tell you, they know better than anybody.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm also the fucking biggest critic of damn shit. I mean,
Every fight is an outrage. You doing great.
I'll tell you this, I knocked out some dude in 45 seconds, and I was pissed off. No, it was like a minute and 7 seconds, and I was pissed off.
Why were you pissed off? Because you didn't knock him out in 20 seconds?
No, I was pissed off. Yeah, exactly. Because I knew I could have saved myself like 6 seconds. I swore on everything, and I was fucking. I didn't talk to anybody. I was like, they bought me a steak, bro, and I'm just like sitting there looking at the fucking steak, all pissed off.
Has many fights. I don't know how much better.
Well, the kid's a lesbian. He's not a
guy who
He had 150 or 130 amateur fights.
He fought Ivan Baranchik.
No.
You fought Baranchik. Baranchik's no joke.
Right.
So, you ready to start with Rolly?
Yeah, I'm starting. I'm ready whenever. I'm surprised Ellie's not here.
What's up? Hold on. Let me, Andrew. Sure.
That's out.
We'll be all right.
Interesting.
And I did that shit on fucking last minute because he shouldn't have fought for the last minute. He was in the rankings for a fucking reason.
Oh, Vidal.
He was in the rankings for 135 for a fucking reason. Especially when he had never fought a 35.
Oh, yeah, too.
I took him on last minute.
Appreciate it.
Literally last minute.
Great job, man. Congrats, brother.
What's up, Sean?
What's up, man? How you doing? Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
This is tiny,
Yeah, compared to the others.
compact, bro. Apparently not the room, not the press room.
I had yet to see what Kimberly said. The first half I didn't think I heard this down there.
Probably like during NBA playoffs.
I wouldn't mind seeing that shit again.
They're gonna pay for it again.
I'll watch that shit again. I ain't gonna lie, I really will watch that shit.
CHARLO stopped him second time. CHARLo's good. Come on back up.
No, I'm gonna lie, that Argentina
We can start with Rolly.
You start with Rolly? That's all right. You ready to go, Jay?
Go, baby.
Seventh round, right?
Seventh round, right?
Yeah.
All right, welcome to the post-fight press conference here at the AT&T Center here in San Antonio. A great night of boxing. Thank you to San Antonio for coming out. Thank you for the support. Thank you to the local media that have been so gracious to us throughout the entire week. Thank you to the national media as well, and thank you to you, most importantly, watching at home. The man to my left, victorious once again, remaining undefeated, an impressive stoppage over the Olympian and world title contender. He goes out and handles his business. He's getting better and better with every single fight. The way that I describe Rolando Rolly Romero is he is one of the most unique personalities in all of boxing, And I love it because he is always himself. And how can you not gravitate towards someone who is authentic? On top of that, he has a crowd-pleasing style, and he went ahead and handled his business. Ladies and gentlemen, the interim lightweight champion of the world and still undefeated, Rolando "Rolly" Romero. Rolly, want to come up to the podium, and then you can sit down while the media asks you questions?
How you guys doing? Good.
How you feeling?
I feel great. Nobody asked me a question.
No, just say how you feeling, and then I'll let you sit down.
Well, I feel great. You know, I mean, I just beat an Olympian, you know, so a guy was twice as many fights as me and weight class above me, you know, and I mean, his loss, you know, is to a former world champion, you know, and I mean, I destroyed him compared to the former world champion, you know, so I mean, it was a brutal knockout. It was really nasty.
All right, well, Rolly, I'm going to let you take a seat, and then we're going to open it up to the media. Do we have a mic? Jay, do we have a mic? Yes, Crystal Frost, Mayweather Promotion. She has the microphone. If you have a question, raise your hand and then ask Rolly Romero. So we have the champ with us. Keith Hyde.
Rolly, congratulations. You've made it perfectly clear that you want Tank next. You spoke about it. I know you said it in the ring. If you can get that fight next, what do you think is realistic for you besides Tank?
I want Devin Haney. I want another world champion, simple as that. Or, I mean, there's only one world champion at 140. You know, I doubt that would be able to be made happen. But like I said, I still want a world champion. That's all I want, a world champion, so I can get another belt to match mine.
I know Haney was vocal on social media after the fight. What do you think about the realistic possibility of that happening next?
Haney's always vocal on social media, but doesn't fight anybody, so who cares?
Rolly, first of all, congratulations. Obviously, put on a performance. Just to elaborate on that, and before your fight even ended, and I quote, Devin Haney tweeted, "Rolly is a pile of," you know. So just your reaction to that, and I mean, obviously, he has the WBC title at 135. I know you said you wanted Tank at 140, but would you be willing to stay at 35 to fight for that?
I fight Devin Haney, sure. I mean, he's chinny as hell. He got hurt with Venom gloves. That's a joke. And he didn't, and not even just get hurt, he didn't recover. It was like 4 rounds that he didn't recover. So like I said, I mean, Linares is nowhere near a puncher like me. Haney, I mean, I feel bad. He's probably the chinniest fighter at 35, if not, you know, one of the most chinniest in the sport. He's the Amir Khan of 135.
Questions for Rolando "Rolly" Romero?
Rolly, obviously you possess power in both hands. How much stronger do you think you'd be at 140 if you presented the Tank fight?
Way stronger. I mean, I'm a big boy for 35, but I mean, sure, I mean, I just fought a 140-pound Olympian, so giving him an extra 5 pounds, you know? That, I mean, I took on short notice because he was in the rankings for a reason. You know, he was my replacement just in case, you know, my other fight didn't go through, which, I mean, that guy, I mean, he's a coward, but that's something completely different, you know? But still, he was in the rankings for a reason because he was supposed to be my replacement. So he was getting ready for me. I was getting ready for him, so I took that fight on week notice.
A couple more questions, 2 more questions for
Rolando Romero Sports. Congrats, Rolly.
Thank you.
What did it feel like, man, kind of going past the first round with the southpaw? Did you kind of like that you got the experience? Did it look different? Obviously, you wiped them all the other ones out in the first round.
I mean, any experience is a good experience, you know, so it doesn't matter, you know. I mean, I wanted to get him out in the first round, but I'm fucking crazy. I want to get everybody on the first round, you know? So, like I said, I'm happy I got the experience, but I mean, if I would have gotten on the first round, I would have been 10 times happier, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, one more.
Harrison, with the Radio Morning Time. Just talk about dictating really the pace of the entire fight and really get out there what you want to do.
I mean, he's a difficult European style.
Go ahead, go.
You know, I mean, it makes things way complicated for, you know, It's on the west side of the world, it's a lot more difficult, completely different style, the Europeans are very, very awkward. So, I mean, he just made things very difficult. And like I said, he's a bigger dude, and he can take a shot, he was trying to do, like we saw what he did with his last fight. What time?
One last one.
Early, congratulations. You clearly love to play the heel. You seem to love the booze, and I think you're making a name for yourself now. How much do you love it? How big do you think it is? It's making you win. You're trying to be a star. How big is it?
I'm already a star. Shoot, every time I go anywhere, everyone always treats me, like I'm a star, And I back up everything I say. If I say I do something, I'm gonna do it, And like I said, nobody can say I'm a coward or anything. I'll take fights. Like I said, most people want to take a fight with somebody that's the entire weight class above. Go ahead, just go. They didn't care.
You hold out Tank Davis following the fight, obviously, dealing with emotions. Should be easy enough to
They're very easy fight to do.
But it's not next. It's still what you want. So you want to say,
I'm a world champion, you know what I mean? There's Devin Haney, there's 450 in ours. I want
All right, well, congratulations to Rolly Romero on the victory. Give it up for him now. Congratulations to Rolly Romero. Thank you so much, Rolly. Enjoy your victory. Now we're going to bring out CHARLO, who gave a tremendous performance tonight. And in the draw against Brian Castano, they treated us to a memorable matchup here in San Antonio. I turn over the floor to still holding 3 of his titles, CHARLO. CHARLO went out, he fought his heart out as he always does, representing his hometown of Houston, Texas. If the media has any questions for Jermell, I want to open up the floor to you. How are you feeling after the draw that you had against Brian Castano with all 4 belts on the line?
Well, I mean, not a lot of people get the opportunity to fight for undisputed championship of boxing. So this is an opportunity for me. I'm very thankful for it. I didn't pull off the win or the knockout like y'all usually see me. So I guess that's kind of like how it, when you look at a lot of judges, they probably judge the fight off of like how the fact that CHARLO is coming forward, he really good boxes, he always knocking everybody out, you hitting hard, all these other things, and then some rounds you don't win, or some rounds you make it edge it really close. They tend to like either score for the opponent because of the fact that I didn't win it, as fair, fair the way I usually do. So, but I feel good. I'm happy. I gotta go back over my performance and look at it. I don't really know. I was just in a fight, a dog fight. I had hurting him all over the ring. He didn't stop coming. I was listening to my team with Gary James, Juan Guzman, my whole team, Kevin, Titus. I'm just so my lady yelling. I had so much. I was so attentive to everything. I'm just I'm thankful. Like this is crazy. I get an opportunity to make some millions of dollars and come back and I do it again. Okay.
We're thankful for the performance that you gave tonight. You're with alongside Derek James. If you have questions for CHARLO, I think Mike, you got one. Crystal Frost has the microphone. Wait until it gets to you.
Jermell, congrats on the hell of a fight. It was one of the best fights of the year, in my opinion. And it was a dog fight, like you said. But Derek did tell you needed to knock out late in the fight. And obviously, you're just in a big fight, so you don't know how to score. But you feel like maybe the draw was fair, or?
No, I actually feel like, I don't know how they came out with, honestly, I think that, it was a closer fight than it seems. Somebody had it like 117, 111. I do feel that I won a little bit more rounds than he did. 117, 111 was kind of a large range. But I do feel that there's no way possible that you can just like, 114, 114, you know what I'm saying? So, not to take anything away from what Brian Castano did, but I feel like I pushed a lot harder tonight than he did. He wasn't running in there trying to be the Brian Castano he was. I took him out of his game plan. If they really knew who Brian Castano was and how he actually fights and threw 1,100 punches, from how I did it, I don't think that, I think I did a better performance than a lot of people that fought him. I didn't see, Eric wobbling all over the ring. I didn't see Tejera do anything like that. I felt like I did way better than, and Derek told me in the ninth round, like I was, hey, you gotta knock him out. Fuck, what you talking about? What you talking about? Knock him out, I'm beating his ass. But then I'm like, oh, I gotta think about it. I'm in the state of Texas. The judging, they have fair judges. I guess they was from all over the place. From referees, Panama. I wish I would have got somebody. I don't know, bro. It's good to guy with the eyes that look all crazy and shit. He be really into that shit. Yeah, he's known for that. He's okay with it. He's okay with it. He knows that he cool. He let the judges know like that was a good shot. Like I blocked a lot of shots that people probably thought I got hit with. A lot of shots slid off. It was a stallion fight.
You've said many times in the past that you need to fight someone better to show everyone what you really have. And I think it's clear now that Ryan Castano is by far the best guy you've ever fought. He was in control for a lot of the early part of the fight. Obviously, you dug down deep and landed those big shots in round 10 to turn the tide. But how much better do you think you can become now that you fought someone like this?
Derek, go ahead.
I don't think he's the best fighter ever fought. He was better than him. He only had his way when he was wait. He only had his way when Jamel stayed in one spot on the ropes. So doing this, other than that, he really wasn't not the best fighter he ever fought. I think Tony Harrison was fighting better.
Tony Harrison did better than Ryan Castano?
Hell yeah. Yeah, listen, you dumb, bro. He only the shots he was throwing.
Bro, you need to go back and look at the fighters that we fighting, bro. We're not fighting low caliber fighters.
That guy.
He's got a lot of places, bro. You capitalize on the game plan. Simple as that. You watch boxing, you know he'll beat Tony Harrison and beat him. What you talking about? Because now he don't fought tonight.
Like this.
Bro, no more
Ryan fights first. He didn't fight the
All right, next.
I feel like he tried to win the end of the round every round.
He tried to steal it.
We got 3 questions.
We got Keith. Keith.
Jamel, you obviously hurt him pretty badly in the 10th round. How close did you feel?
And only the 10th?
And the second.
Well, that was the most obvious time.
No, I did second round.
Second round too.
I feel like I heard him more than 3 times. Yeah. I seen him. Go ahead, my bad.
How close did you feel you were to getting him out of there at that point? And did you feel he was still hurt in the beginning of the 11th round?
Of course, that's what I'm saying. So, I went into the 10th round. He was, like belligerent all over the ring. Like barely could stand up. I don't know. I just couldn't get him out of there. I'm saying? To do this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I wanted. I wanted a warrior. I faced a warrior, and I knew what I was going to get in there with. Undefeated fighter. Come on, this is not something that everybody looking at it like, shit, I fought a hard fighter. So for anybody that don't really know the skills of Jamel CHARLO, maybe y'all can go back over that. Jamel CHARLO to your combo balance. Or fuck you.
You're on our podcast.
You boxing scene, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
7. Anyway.
I'm 7 on yours. Thank you for that.
Well earned, obviously. People are going to want to see this rematch. Obviously, I'm sure you're well aware of that. I know the fight just ended, but your thoughts on fighting him again, because it was an entertaining fight as well.
Was it? Thank you. Of course. That's what we're made for. We're made to be warriors, dog. This is get better. This is a get better moment. I could recite everything that happened in that fight, and I think that of course we'll take a rematch. Don't know when, but I would love to get in there and fight him again.
Questions for Jamel CHARLO? Raise your hand.
This Punch Drunk, what's good?
Punch Drunk, I like you. I know all about you. I pay attention to you, man. Shout out to you.
Thanks, brother. Thanks for the performance today. Your success and your vulnerability came on the ropes. I had you winning 116, 112 because you mixed the punches. You had you 1 and 2s. You controlled 3-minute intervals of each round. But what do you feel? What do you feel you could do next in the next fight if you do rematch?
That's why I got a coach that loves to sit at home in his big game room and just watch fights and replay them back to back to back. He'll be calling me all day, so I'm happy about that. But just off of my mental, I think I could have easily just be a little bit more active. I stayed kind of imposed, just waiting on him to see what his move was gonna be. took him out of his game plan. Like I said, if he would have tried to come in there, you see, he got hurt at the beginning off the fact that he tried to throw like a combination. I think like maybe 4 or 5 punches at one time, and that's when he got caught. But if he would have tried that again, I would have did the same exact thing. So I don't think he would have ended. That fight would have ended earlier. But I must have regrouped, and his team probably like, hey, you forgot you're fighting one of the strongest fighters in the division. So. Hey, like I said, I'm used to knocking guys out, and tonight I did not get a knockout. Tonight I did not even get the win. I got a draw. That shit is weird, right? I ain't never got a draw. I hear people getting draws and shit, but that's what comes with this boxing game. You know what I'm saying? I'm back at it. It's not gonna change, Yeah.
Got a question?
Mm-hmm. Jermel, first of all, congratulations. Wonderful performance and a very entertaining fight. You gave your reaction to when Derek James told you to get the knockout. I guess my question is for Derek. What was the reasoning or just the thought process in that moment? Obviously, being ringside, we didn't hear it on the telecast, but we did find out that was said. What was just the reason behind that?
The reason why I said it was because you have to find some reason to inspire the fighter, even though you looked up at the scorecards. The judges, the unofficial judging, they had it down. And so I said, listen, we need to pick it up. To go out there and get it. And that's really what he did. So that's really what made me do it, was because I saw it up there and Joe was telling me about it, the company was telling me about it, they had him down. So that's why I was like, we need to pick it up. I mean, he won the 10th and the 11th. He hurt him several times. But then the 12th,
I was a little bit unactive, like.
Yeah, you let him off the hook. You should have put the I told you to step on the gas, we need a knockout. So you should put the pedal to the metal.
We got 2 more questions for Jermel Charlo. 2 more questions.
Eric, you just touched on it right there. Jermel, when you had him out in the 10th and 11th, it looked like you were trying to do the same setup that got him hurt in the first place. But do you feel like you should have emptied the clip there when you had him hurt, or were you just trying to get the same setup again?
Yeah, I did. I know in boxing from so many years of being taught the game that you don't rush knockouts. Like if you go in there and you just I kind of learned that in the Tony Harrison second fight. I wasn't gonna get tired, like I wasn't, and I still feel good. I could have did more, but when you up there, God, it's not the same as just talking about it. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different, and then reactions and things are moving way different, slower and faster. So it's kind of like I should have unloaded the clip. Like I should have just let that shit go. Like, but it's not good. I had a long clip.
One more question for Jermel Charlo, and then we'll let him go ahead and get some rest, be with his lovely family. He gave us a fantastic performance tonight. Always a pleasure to see you do your thing. One more question.
Graham, KOR Sports. Congratulations, man, on a great fight. Was there something wrong with your right hand? It seemed like kind of maybe, I don't know if like a bone was protruding from your right hand a little, or your right shoulder a little bit.
Yeah, I had a prior injury, but I don't care about those excuses. I try to fight those things. But I was good. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people I probably won't talk about it. There's probably something that you're going to some people for asking the questions that you brought to my attention. But yeah, when you're a warrior, bro, you gotta beat your family. You don't got no excuses for anything. So you gotta get in there and you gotta fight and face what you face. And so yeah, I've been dealing with certain things throughout this whole time of me boxing. Well, not the whole time, but a few years. We deal with this. So there's nothing gonna change.
Just quickly talk about. You got a draw. You seem very happy. You seem very content with yourself. You're a warrior. You were just in there with another warrior. Talk about just that feeling of sharing that ring with him and still going home with 3 belts.
I'm at peace with myself. You know what I'm saying? I love boxing, and this is a dope ass sport. And it's not a lot of people that could just jump in the ring. I don't know how many of y'all even lace gloves up, but if you get in there and you do a whole training camp, I trained for like 14 weeks. I went hard. You know what I'm saying? And so for me to pull off a performance like that, I thought I had his ass knocked out. I did knock his ass out, but I should have won the fight. I do believe I won the fight. I don't believe that it was that close. And I don't believe it was so far a spread margin, but I do believe I did pull that win off in victory. And I should be undisputed right now. I'm not down at all. I could go turn the fuck up right now. My team and my Houston people, we all I'll be excited. The sky's the limit for me. I'm not gonna turn down at all. I'm happy. I'm excited. My coach next to me. Everything is good. Mom, UK in this bitch. Like we turned up. Punch in here.
Jamel, thank you so much. Congratulations on a fantastic performance. We can't wait to see the rematch whenever it happens.
And I wanna say one good thing that y'all probably don't realize. One of my second coach, he came all the way down. I know my dog Earl Spence getting ready for a major fight against Manny Pacquiao, and that's a big fight coming up. And I can't wait till he, get in the ring and do his thing. I think shout out to Bozeman, Warren Bozeman, he did a terrific job pulling me out in Houston, Texas. Shout out to me in front row, baby, ex-champion, baby. And shout out to Gary James and the collaboration and the making this really make this matter happen and make tonight a fantastic, terrific night.
Jamel CHARLO, everybody, give a round of applause. Along with Gary James. Congratulations, Jamel.
You better know, goddamn it. You better know.
Oh, shit.
Shit. Sorry.
I believe we're also going to get Brian Castano. We are going to have Brian Castano. So don't go anywhere. We are going to have Brian Castano.
Oh, thank you.
Much thanks to the fighters. All of them for going out and leaving it all on the line.
I think I knocked him out.
Want to thank the promotions involved in tonight's event. TG Promotions, Lions Only Promotions, along with Mayweather Promotions. What? I'll put them on the podium. Just when these guys have fought for 12 rounds for the weapons.
Ray, you can hear what you're saying in the microphone.
All right, we'll bring up Anthony Egan right now while we got some time to go ahead and say a couple of words as he came up short against Rolando Romero. So I'm going to bring up Anthony Egan, who is a Olympian, fought for the world title once and gave a solid effort tonight. So if the media has any questions for Anthony Egan, or Anthony, just give us your thoughts on the performance of Rolando Romero.
Yeah, so basically I just wanted to come here and thank all of you and everyone at Showtime for giving me this platform to showcase my skills. Unfortunately, it didn't really meet up to all the expectations, but it is what it is. Coming in, I did what I could, and I just fell short. Basically, I just came up here to tell you guys that I really appreciate you and all the love I've gotten after the fight. It doesn't really feel like a loss to me because all the love I'm getting, that's really why I do boxing. So if this is how it's gonna be, I'll keep doing it.
You're also, I want to give you your thoughts on working with Herman Caicedo. I think Herman is an excellent trainer, works very hard, and I know that, I'm sure he's taught you quite a bit. Tell us about this partnership that you have now with Herman Caicedo as your trainer.
Yeah, Herman's great. Unfortunately, I'm living and training in Sweden, so I came up on very short notice for this fight. So I couldn't really work with Herman that much. We could only work on whatever it is that I already had just to prepare for this fight. And but other than that, I've been very happy with how we've been managing the corners, how we've been doing the trainings, and all that. So I really believe that if I have more time to train with him, that I'm gonna develop my boxing and come back stronger.
Keith, you got a question for Anthony?
How was he a bigger puncher than you even expected?
Actually, both yes and no. Some punches that he threw, I was like, I thought it was going to be a bit harder. But then some of the punches he threw they really wobbled me, and I was thinking, whoa, where does this come from, you know? So it was a little bit of both. I felt that sometimes I could put the pressure on him because his punches weren't really hurting, but then other times they really were. So they really like caught me by surprise.
A bigger puncher than Baranchik?
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say Baranchik is still the bigger puncher, but Baranchik is like a freight train. He's coming forwards, and you can always see that. Whereas Rolando, I thought, and I felt that I could see everything he threw, but what he actually did was whenever I threw something, he tried to, throw at the same time, and those were the punches that caught me off guard.
You feel now after what happened, I know you didn't have much time to prepare for the fight, but you feel that you're a 40-pounder though moving forward?
No, I mean, all right, look, so I want to have no excuses, and I'm very sorry about not making weight, but the idea was that I was going to fight on this card at lightweight, but that I was going to be having catch weight on. And I came into Miami 3 weeks ago, and I was 160 pounds, so I had a lot to lose, and it just, I really thought I could make it, and it just didn't work. My body just shut down, and then we had to call them and say, listen, we just couldn't make it, and I was devastated, and I still am, but I'm hoping, I'm gonna keep my diet better, so I'm not gonna be coming in at 160 pounds no more.
Just one last question for you. You hit him with some very good short left hands. You knocked him off balance a couple of times. Did you feel at any point in the fight that you hurt him?
I wouldn't say that I felt that I hurt him. I think maybe once with an uppercut. But other than that, I just felt that I got him off balance because I know that he's quite reckless. So if I could catch him off balance, then maybe I would, score a couple knockdowns. But yeah, it is what it is. I did the best I could.
Yeah. Got any more questions for Anthony Egan? As we await Brian Castano.
Here's that girl in the really boring times. Just talk about what's the next step for you in your boxing career?
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to Sweden. I'm gonna train still. I'm gonna do my boxing, but I actually applied to and got into an acting school, so I'm gonna be doing that as well. So I'm gonna be doing acting and training boxing. And if I get fights, I might take them. I'm not one to say no to fights. I always keep busy guy. I'm always training. So that's where I'm gonna. That's the kind of level I'm gonna be at for around 2 years. And then I might go for another world title shot. I'm not completely sure yet. If I get a shot at the title, I'm gonna take it, of course, because I'm not. Why not? Mostly, I like stepping into the ring, and I like entertaining people, and that's why I do the acting thing too. I just love being in the ring and all that adrenaline. I just think that not have that in my life would make it quite empty. So I'm still gonna go into the ring, still gonna fight.
Got final few questions for Anthony Egan, or can we go and allow him to relax and head home to his family? Well, Anthony, congratulations on a terrific effort. I know you came up short. We look forward to seeing you back inside the ring sooner rather than later.
Thank you guys so much for everything, and yeah, all the best.
Anthony Egan, everybody, thank you very much, and we appreciate him taking questions from the media. We are awaiting Brian Castano, and then you guys, by all means, and again, want to thank the PBC staff, the Showtime staff, the Lions Only promotion staff, the TGB promotion staff, Tom Brown, the president, his daughter, Vice President Brittany Goosen Brown, the Showtime staff, Greg Dummon always doing a great job, the entire crew here as always. So what a night. We love being here in San Antonio. This is the second time in a year that we've been here. We were here in October of last year for Gervonta Davis defeating Leo Santa Cruz. That was a massive card at the Alamo Dome, and back here in the summertime, and fans came out. They were loud, they were passionate, they were energetic, and San Antonio, without question, is one of our favorite cities to come to when we see it on the schedule. So we're waiting Brian Castano. We won't keep him too long. Do we have the ETA? Do we know,
He's just wrapping up.
Okay, good deal. So Brian Castano will be on his way, and appreciate all you guys, the media, you guys do a great job here, and thank you for all the support, and all our national guys as well. I see them more than what we do our own family, so it's great to see you guys as well. But that main event was unbelievable. I called the fight, so I really didn't have an actual assessment as to who won or whatever, but I think, like the rest of the world, we want to see another one, and let these guys heal up, let them go to their families, relax, recover, because it was a physically taxing fight, and we want to see it again, hopefully before the end of the year, but I'm not a fighter, and they want to fight. Whenever they want to do it again, then we'll more than be ready for round number 13. So, they've said this throughout the course of history in boxing, styles make fights, and I think that CHARLO and CASTANO are sort of meant for each other. They both had moments of brilliance. They both hurt each other. They both tested each other. They both come from different philosophies, but they both together produced a fantastic fight. I mean, Mike Obinger from ESPN said it was one of the best fights of the year. Isn't that what you said, Mike? So, and you don't say that lightly. So when you go out and you give that moniker, I mean, that says something. And these two guys went to war against each other, and they had so much on the line. And that's what's great about what we saw tonight. We saw two guys who were the best in their division. They didn't even think twice about when Castaño beat Teixeira, it was already almost a given, because CHARLO said even prior to the fight with Rosario, because if I beat Rosario, I want that WBO belt. Whoever holds that WBO belt, I want to fight that person. And Castaño, without hesitation, said, yeah, CHARLO, done deal. I mean, it seemed like probably the most effortless, negotiation. I'm probably underselling that, but it seemed like an effortless negotiation between the two guys. It was like done deal, penciled in for July. It happened. The best fighting the best. Both guys in the primes of their careers, and they went at it, and they gave us something special tonight. So if that's what we saw tonight, can you imagine what it's going to be like the second time? I mean, I can't wait, much like the rest. And then also the co-main event tonight, we were talking about Rolando Romero. He's a personality. Rolly he beats to his own drum. He's unique. He is just himself, and he's him like all the time. I mean, there is no ifs, ands, or doubts about it. Rolly's going to be Rolly, and he doesn't change for anybody. And I love that. And the fact that he's still undefeated, he's 25 years of age, and we have seen, and I know people have said, oh, he's calling out Tank, he's calling out Devin Haney. Look, you have to say what you want in this world. I mean, we have seen fights get made that way, and I don't have a problem with it. You have to say who you want. And if he feels he can win, who am I to say, oh, well, that's not the right move, or that is the right move? Let them handle that out. Let the promoters and the networks handle that out. And if that's what he wants to do, then by all means. Also, he didn't speak tonight, but Amílcar Vidal getting the win over, he had a fantastic, a very good win over Emmanuel Lima. Emmanuel Lima really fought his ass off tonight. I mean, man, oh man, did he fight his ass off tonight. And for Amílcar Vidal, 25 years of age, this kid, I remember when he fought in November, and he stated to me in the fighter meetings that he wants to be the first world champion from Uruguay. And Samson Lukowicz is his promoter. And if anybody knows Samson Lukowicz, this is the guy that, I mean, he just finds these gems. I mean, I think he brought Manny Pacquiao over, Sergio Martinez, David Benavidez. I mean, the list goes on and on. He finds these guys, and he believes very much in Amílcar Vidal. And it was a close fight with Vidal and Emmanuel Lima, but I think that Vidal is going to grow so much more because of that fight. And also with Emmanuel Lima, he had the longest layoff of his career, changed trainers working with Ronnie Shields, and now that he's with Ronnie, I think Emmanuel Lima looked fantastic. Even in the loss, I think that Emmanuel Lima's stock has risen even in the loss. So I'm looking forward to seeing Emmanuel Lima back inside the ring. I mean, they beat the hell out of each other in that first fight. I'm looking over at members at ringside, media members. I'm like, I can't believe this is the first fight on the televised broadcast. I mean, this was a really fun night of action. And you know a fight is damn good when the crowd, at the start of the last round, they rose to their feet and they showed appreciation for both guys. That just goes to show you the kind of respect that these fighters commanded, and that they went ahead and they gave it their all tonight. All 6 guys that went out and fought tonight, nobody laid down and laid an egg or wasn't at their best. Everybody tonight was at their best, and we were treated to a really good night, a great night, not a good night, a great night of boxing. Again, waiting Brian Castano. Hopefully he will be here over the next few moments, and we can talk to him and everything else. He's on his way. So Brian Castano is on his way. I mean, like, talking about Castano though, to come in, the kid's undefeated, holds the WBO title, and has all of Argentina behind him. Knows that he can create this massive legacy in Argentina. Fights an amazing fight against CHARLO. Again, I'm not qualified to be a judge. I'll let you guys go ahead and dictate who won, whatever the case may be. The draw, well, guess what? Let's run it back. Let's see it again. And I think he would absolutely concur. But Brian Castano just fought with such heart and passion, and he took some big shots. He gave big shots, and he really treated us to something quite special tonight. I mean, this is a fight that all of us, all the hardcore fight fans and media members alike, when this fight was announced, it was like, and I said this in the lead up to this, how can this not be a great fight? Well, they certainly delivered that this evening, and we look forward to round number 13, whenever that may be. And, it'll be very interesting to see what location they do it. So sounds like we'll hear from Brian Castano in a few moments, but Jermell sounds like he wants to run it back. But again, they need to take a nice some time off and relax, enjoy their time with their families, and then we'll see them back inside the ring whenever they see fit. So hearing a little bit of noise outside of the meeting room, and then by all means, so have your questions ready for Brian Castano. You want to keep him too long, and then we'll let him go. So just waiting, Brian Castano making his way to the room. He had to do some testing and everything else, and handle some business in the back. Once we get that done, he's moments away. We also will have a translator with him as well, so they will go ahead. He's on his way. He's with Castano personally, so don't worry about it. He will be here. So, all right, here's Andrew Roberts. All right, I want to bring up, he's still the WBO super welterweight champion of the world. An impressive performance tonight, even with the draw against CHARLO. He treated us to something very special. Please give it up for Argentina's own Brian Castano, who gave a great effort. Do we have a translator here for him? You will translate for him. All right. So Brian, want to give you, opening thoughts. How are you feeling? We got Martin Botter here as well. Martine, by all means, if you want to go ahead. Do we have a microphone for Martine, our translator? We only have one, so it's all right. So Brian, I just want to give you, opening thoughts, palabras, ¿cómo te sientes con tu pelea contra CHARLO esta noche?
Bueno, primero que nada, buenas noches y gracias a todos por el espacio. Me sentí bien, me sentí fuerte, me sentí cómodo. Creo que en el 10º me confié y recibí una contra donde me conmovió. Estuve conmovido todo el round, pero creo que la pelea me la llevé todo el tiempo yo, hice la iniciativa yo. He conectado mejores golpes, él solamente se concentraba en 1 o 2 golpes y nada, creo que la pelea me la robaron y me gustaría hacer una revancha con Gerber, ¿no? Es un gran campeón y necesitamos la revancha porque él tiene lo que yo quiero.
Good night, everyone. Thank you very much for coming up today. To be honest with you, I feel great. I felt great in the ring. I feel great now. It was a tough fight, of course. but I feel that they robbed me. That's the way I feel. I'm not taking anything away from Charlo. He's a big puncher. He got me with some good punches at times, but I survived, and overall, I think I won the fight. And of course, needless to say, I won the rematch because he still has the 3 belts that I need and that I believe that should be mine. And I'm ready for the rematch. I don't know what no sé qué habrá dicho Charlo, ¿no? Él quiere saber what.
Que ganó, él piensa que ganó.
¿Qué ganó?
Okay.
Él piensa que ganó la pelea.
117, 111.
Dijo que eso era mucho. De acuerdo con
Ah.
eso. Que sí era una pelea cerrada, pero él pensó que sí ganó la pelea.
Oh, we were just asking. Brian wanted to know what Charlo said because he's very upset with the 117, 111 scorecard. Is that Nelson Vasquez?
Charlo said that it was even, pretty wide for him too.
Okay, yeah, he said it was closer. He said it was a closer fight. He did not agree with 117, 111.
Perfect. So we are on the same page.
He won the second and the 10, 11, no?
Rounds?
Yeah.
That's it.
Carolina
more.
Carolina T with sports.toldbygirl.com and the Sports Dime. Brian, my question to you is the consensus, it was a draw decision, but the consensus all over social media is that you were robbed. Do you feel like you were robbed tonight?
He just said, but el consenso en las redes sociales es que te robaron, te sentiste robado.
Oh, sí, of course. Creo que fue una gran pelea, una gran noche para ambos. Creo que los dos medimos potencia y medimos la vara de cada uno, ¿no? Eres un peleador muy fuerte, muy potente, donde yo también tengo lo mío. Yo dije anteriormente que con un solo golpe yo también, si me afirmo, lo puedo lastimar. Y nada, eso fue lo que pasó. En el segundo me lastimó, en el tercero lo lastimé yo. En el 10º me lastimó y creo que eso hizo la diferencia, dejó la puerta abierta para que sea un empate, ¿no? Creo que hizo bien su trabajo, pero yo hice el mío, ¿no? Creo que fue una pelea linda, buena para ver, para apreciar a la gente que le gusta el boxeo, pero la pelea creo que la gané yo y nada, exijo, me encantaría una revancha.
Mike, you got a question? That's a lot. Wait a minute, my bad.
Sorry. Obviously, it was a great fight. It was a great fight. It was a great evening for everybody. I did my job. He did his job. We measure our strength. I mean, he hurt me in the second round. I hurt him in the third round, and then I think that for some judges that could have left the door open for a draw, which I don't agree with it. Like I said, I feel like I was robbed, and I demand, and I would love to have the rematch. Because there has to be only one super welterweight champion.
Sebastian, this is for both of you guys actually, but assuming there's no language in the contract that states that you're guaranteed a rematch, how difficult do you expect it to be to get one despite the public wants?
Ok, la pregunta es para vos como boxeador y para mí como manager y Carlitos como entrenador también, que toma decisión también. Kid pregunta, asumiendo que en el contrato no se habla de revancha con Charlo, que no está garantizada una revancha, ¿qué tan difícil vos ves una revancha con Charlo? Yo voy a dar pero primero da tu opinión.
Yo creo que si él quiere la revancha o si quiere mi cinturón, quiere unificar, si es que no tiene miedo y esas cosas, creo que va a querer pelear una revancha. Pero bueno, está en él decidir si quiere unificar en la 154, dejar los títulos vacantes y subir a 160, no sé qué es lo que quiere hacer, pero es lo que yo necesito sus cinturones y nada, demostramos que estamos a nivel y queremos ir por más, obviamente, respeto como boxeador y la trayectoria que hizo.
From my perspective, of course, then I'll talk about the contract if you want. I think if Charlo is not afraid for a rematch, and I don't think he is afraid, I don't know what his plans are. If he's planning to move up to 160, that's up to him. But like I said before, I need the 3 belts that he has. So I'm up for a rematch, of course. But I don't know what exactly are his plans. And then myself, as a manager, obviously I cannot disclose certain confidential things that are included in any contract, actually. But I agree with Brian in this regard that if both boxers want to do it, they both belong to PBC. By the way, we are really, I'm not going to be original, but since he didn't say that, I have to say thanks to him. So I think if both champions really want to do it, the obstacle might be the sanctioning bodies mandatories. I'm not blaming them. They have their own rules. This was a very unique opportunity. If they can work out among them, and they can work out the mandatories, whatever they are, because we don't even know who we have mandatory on the WBO. We were so focused on this unification, but needless to say, you guys know that we would prefer unification like this and not any crappy mandatory here and there. That's from my perspective. But it's not like it's a guarantee rematch because of these things. You cannot guarantee a rematch because there's 4 sanctioning bodies with 4 different mandatories involved.
Brian, what's your message to Charlo? What do you want to tell him? And what would you like the rematch to take place?
¿Qué te gustaría decirle? ¿Qué mensaje tendrías para Charlo? Y si de hacer una revancha, ¿cuándo te gustaría hacerlo? ¿O dónde? ¿Y cuándo también?
No, creo que dejamos los dos lo que teníamos que dejar arriba del ring para traer la victoria a casa. Lastimosamente fue un empate con sabor de victoria para mí. Creo que nada, si quiere unificar va a tener que intentar sacarme mi cinturón, y si quiere poner y hacer una revancha, lo espero donde quiera, cuando quiera, en la sede que sea. Yo siempre, como dije, fui de punto y terminé siendo banca, como digo siempre, ¿no? Siempre voy de visitante, no tengo problema ir a cualquier lado y la fecha que sea.
No, my message is just let's do the rematch. I have 1 belt, he still has 3 belts. I know it was a draw, but it tastes to me like victory. But anyway, it's about the belts, so let's do it. Like I said before, I'm used to be always the underdog and visitor. So I'm used to go anywhere to fight anyone. So I'm here for him. We can do it anywhere, anytime. Mike?
Okay. And Brian, congrats on a great fight. You said earlier that you thought that he only won rounds 2, 10, and 11. Those are actually the only rounds I gave him as well. What do you think the judges could have possibly seen so many more rounds? And why did you only think he won 2, 10, and 11?
Sí.
Thank you.
Que pudieron haber visto los jueces para dar
el fallo. Creo que es porque él es local, intentaron apoyarlo de alguna manera, ¿no? Creo que hizo un gran trabajo, es un contragolpeador nato que tiene poder, pero me vi mejor yo. Creo que la pelea conectó mejores golpes. Él hizo una diferencia en el segundo, en el décimo y en el 11º, que fueron los que levantaron al público en su momento. Pero yo tuve mis momentos también y creo que eso fue lo que más que nada dio un empate, ¿no? El 2, el 11, el 10 y el 11, que es donde estuve lastimado yo, pero el ambiente.
I cannot really tell what was in the judge's mind. I could possibly think that I was hurt. I mean, I was hurt in the second, 10th, and 11th round. So maybe they saw something there, but I have my moments throughout the fight, so I cannot really tell about that. I felt that he's a natural counter puncher. He can really punch, but again, that doesn't win a fight. So again, I don't know. I feel I was a winner tonight.
Brian, right here. How hurt were you in those rounds that he connected with you? How did his power feel?
¿Qué tan sentido tuviste en esos rounds que te conectó?
En el décimo fue donde tuve en el round, en 10 round, number 10, estaba más lastimado. Creo que fue donde más me costó recuperarme, pero gracias al trabajo físico que hemos hecho con Matías, el trabajo técnico con papá Carlos, creo que el cuidado también y el gran campamento que hicimos me hizo recuperarme rápido. Creo que es un peleador que con esas manos él generalmente tumba a sus rivales y los termina noqueando. Eso habla de mi quijada también y de mi condición física.
Definitely in the 10th I was hurt the most. It's not a secret that he can punch, but I also showed myself that I can take punches. I think some of those punches that he connected were really powerful and could have knocked out any other boxer. So I think I rise to the occasion and I took them well. But in the 10th, I was hurt, and it took me a while to recover. But other than that, I took it well.
Sean Tatel, FightHype.com. Brian, what do you feel like you can do or need to do in a rematch to win the fight more decisively so the decision goes your way this time? What adjustments or improvements?
¿Qué ajustes o qué mejoras crees o que necesitarías hacer en una posible revancha? And let me because I forget one thing about the last thing. He said that he proved that he can take a punch, but not only naturally, but because of the great training camp that he had and the work that the physical conditioner Matias Irvin did, Dr. Sanchez there, and of course Carlos Castaño. And then he wanna really emphasize that the training camp has a lot to do with that. So going to your question, sorry about that, because I forgot about to mention that. What adjustment, qué ajustes para una posible revancha harías?
En primer lugar, laburar con la defensa, más defensa, laburar más cerrado, no ir tan al choque, subir un poquito más las manos hacia arriba. Después laburamos bien, o sea, también sacó manos que quedaban con la mano abajo a la izquierda, pero después pocas cosas que iba a aplicar, pero un poco más la defensa y más explosividad y potencia, que tuvo suerte Charlo que no lo pescó.
Just the defense is going to be crucial. We need to make adjustments there. Probably not entering straight forward like he did sometimes, and be more careful, and but there's no huge adjustment that Carlos, the trainer, really needs to do. And also, he mentioned that he should be a little more explosive when he goes into the attack. That means faster and explosive. But other than that, we did well, and we probably can do it better the next time around.
Brian, por aquí. Alfredo Sánchez de Telemundo San Antonio. Obviamente mencionaste que Charlo se sentía en casa, pero eso fue lo contrario con la hinchada que se encontraba presente de Argentina. Cuéntame cómo sentiste acerca de eso, cómo eso te alivió o sentirte más en casa y estar más confiante durante la pelea.
Translate your question. Obviously, Charlo in the papers was a local fighter because he's from Texas, but apparently not from what we just witnessed in the arena. Most of the people were Hispanic and Argentinian. So how do you feel about that? Because at times you feel like you were the local guy.
Creo que me subió mucho la autoestima el voltear hacia las gradas y ver tantas remeras de Argentina y banderas de Argentina, y más allá de eso el pueblo latino, también muchos mexicanos que vinieron a alentarme. Realmente fue muy lindo para mí, porque es algo que no esperaba, ¿no? Tener tanto apoyo acá de la gente. Yo sabía que venía muy de visitante, estando en su casa, pero gracias a Dios la gente sabe valorar el boxeo guerrero que tengo, ¿no? Y les gusta cómo me brindo y vienen a apoyarme. Realmente estoy muy contento y muy agradecido con toda la gente que se hizo presente.
It was just a great feeling, a great sensation for me to turn around and see the stands with Argentinian shirts, jerseys, and all the fans, all the supporters, and not only Argentinians, but Hispanic people, just American people. And I wasn't really expecting that. It was kind of shocking for me in a good way. So I'm so grateful to the people of San Antonio who show up today to support me. And that really, really was a booster for my confidence. Last question.
Danny Alvarez with Behind the Gloves. First of all, Brian, just want to say congratulations on a great fight. I think in a very short list of fights of the year, I just wanted to let it be known, when Jermell was here during his press conference, he did say that he's 100% open to the rematch and that would be no problem. So I know it hasn't been brought up. Obviously, that's what you want. Just wanted your reaction on that, hearing that right before you walked in, he did say that.
We just asked about, because we really wanted to translate. Aparentemente él dice que no, aparentemente no. Él dice que Charlo dijo que está totalmente abierto a una revancha. Felicitaciones por la pelea. Dice que además está, en su opinión, está entre las mejores peleas del año, o las mejores peleas que ha visto. So, como Charlo dijo que sí, que él está abierto para hacerlo, entonces, bueno.
I hope the rematch, thank you for the support, or for the, ¿cómo se dice?
Support or praise, or for your commentary.
For your commentary, yeah, is gratificante.
It's gratifying.
It's gratifying for me, for my team, for my country too, thank you so much. I'm sorry for my English.
Well, thank you for the performance tonight against Jermell Charlo, and I think, like the rest of the world, let's see the rematch. Let's see round 13. Let's see this again, because this was a hell of a fight. Thank you to Brian Castano's entire team. WBO super welterweight champion of the world. All right, that concludes our press conference. The summer of PBC continues in a few weeks. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you to the amazing staffs on all of our behalves. Have a great one, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your evening and the rest of your weekend. Again, Brian Castano, Jermell Charlo, a candidate for the fight of the year here in 2021. Good night from San Antonio.
Sorry.
Alright guys, everybody got it. Alright, yo, that's fun. Okay.